Chairman. It's 2 a.m. in the morning in Edmonton, so please bear with me if I'm not presenting well. So today I'm going to talk about how to adopt lean practices in SMEs to support Industry 4.0 in manufacturing. Very relevant topic to the session today. So where I come from, it's in the middle of nowhere, towards the end of the world, where we are located on the North Pole. The temperatures here is extremely cold. So if you want to feel wild, please do visit us. We have in the winter we can get temperature up to minus 40 degree, and that's why most of the research which we are focusing on at the University of Alberta is really looking into extreme application. The industry is quite unique because most of the parts they are built for that kind of extreme weather temperatures. So here I'm leading two labs at the University of Alberta. One is the Laboratory of Intelligent Manufacturing Design and Automation. And the second one is Aquaponics 4.0 Learning Factory. In LIMDA lab, we have around 25 researchers. So you can see we have all the different types of manufacturing technologies, from robotics to CNC machining, and also the assembly lines. And that's why when it comes to lean manufacturing and Industry 4.0, this is a place where we really need to optimize our processes. Otherwise, we will not be able to sustain due to the lesser resources with our industry. And even the time is very critical here because most of the year the season is quite cold. So it is important that we effectively and efficiently deliver to the customer in time. So that's why Lean 4.0 or Lean combined with Industry 4.0 is extremely important in Canada, especially in Edmonton. So we have to look for how efficiently we can implement both of these techniques within the manufacturing sector, especially SMEs are one of the big thing because most of the industry around us is oil and gas sector. So they don't care a lot about lean manufacturing, but when it comes to small and medium-sized enterprises, they are actually the supplier to these bigger companies. So we have to innovate our lean practices or Industry 4.0 practices in such a way that we can adopt it to the SMEs around us. So our big questions are, what is the most efficient approach to tackle and improve the efficiencies of these small and medium-sized enterprises? Is it lean manufacturing only? Is it Industry 4.0? Is it lean manufacturing then Industry 4.0? Or is it lean and Industry 4.0 together? So that's where we are working on to quantify or identify different ways that how we can actually answer this question, and where do we start when it comes to lean 4.0 implementation within small and medium-sized enterprises. So hopefully by the end of this presentation, you will have an answer to this. So lean manufacturing is a pretty common thing, and it exists for almost 40 years, which talks about just-in-time, which talks about automation, which talks about the continual improvement, and it talks about empowering the workers, and then also looking into eliminating waste and maximizing efficiency within our processes. On the other hand, Industry 4.0 is really based on a cyber physical system, which talks about the data, the different types of smart systems, which we have on the bottom left side over here. So all the big data, the intelligence, the Internet of Things, the sensing, and then also the automation technologies, which are the latest technologies which you can have, and then combining both of these with sensors and the digital twin concept where you can take intelligence together. So this framework of Industry 4.0 provide you the actual important data which is required by the lean production system. So we are also looking into kind of identifying where is the integration process between these two steps. For example, when it comes to Lean 4.0, and we need to see if we want to add values into a process, where does Lean in Industry 4.0 helps. For example, adding value in the eyes of the customer. Lean tells us listen to the client. When it comes to Industry 4.0, we have to anticipate the need for the client. The same, and mapping the value stream. Lean focuses on the value added activities, while Industry 4.0 focuses on value adding information, because that's what Industry 4.0 is more is all about. When it comes to ensuring continuous flow, we are talking about ensure flow of the product, and then with Industry 4.0, we are interested to ensure the flow of the data. So all these different approaches looking into the different parts of lean manufacturing or Industry 4.0 systems can help with these processes. So the improvements could be interconnectivity, the information transparency and technical assistance, and also the decentralized decision with Industry 4.0 is leveraging through the lean manufacturing processes. When it comes to smart waste reduction processes, we know that with lean manufacturing, we have around 7 waste, and then you can also add other waste, for example, energy and politics into play as well. When it comes to all these 9 waste within the process, Industry 4.0 can really help you identify the data and the information which is required to eliminate any of these waste and to minimize the waste within the process. So we can look into the smart waste reduction processes when it comes to combining lean and Industry 4.0. So we have looked into this in general, identification of where these both technologies or both techniques or models can help each other. But then we focused on one particular case study to see how we can actually leverage both of these techniques within a small SME and see where we can apply those processes. So we looked into a small SME company which is building electronics for one of the supply trucks in oil and gas sector. We used some techniques from the lean where we did a Gemba walk, value stream mapping, and analyzed the different types of waste within the process, identified the bottleneck within the process, which was the product testing step. And then we started looking into how we can actually digitize that process using Industry 4.0. So what we realized that lean manufacturing can help you with a broader scope of identification where you need to narrow down to a particular problem, and then Industry 4.0 can really help you solve that problem using different techniques. So the case study was leveraging lean manufacturing and taking steps towards Industry 4.0 for this small and medium-sized enterprises, and we looked into this C-leveling special equipment which they have on these trucks to identify potential opportunities for improvement using Lean and 4.0 within this particular process. So this was located over here, and this company manufactured these products in-house. So this is just the manufacturing process which you can see for these products. So we identified that using the Gemba walk and value stream mapping and identified that process. And then we did a complete value stream map, and we realized that this is probably the most crucial or important part of their complete value stream map. So we identified this process for a candidate for Industry 4.0 implementation, and we started looking into how we can optimize that process by removing different types of rework within the process, improving or adding up more machine learning algorithms. For example, you can see work here. Before, the process was to just take the quality problem and identify if it's a pass or fail due to certain criteria which you have within the test. And then you store that test results into a local storage, and then you use that automated process, and you go to the next process. And there was a lot of inventory within the process before and after the process. We took that process for Industry 4.0. We implemented some root cause analysis within the process. We realized that we will need some machine learning algorithm to improve the quality problem. So we developed a machine learning algorithm based on computer vision to identify what need to be changed within our current quality management process, and then also we stored the data automatically into server. So based on the camera, we were quickly identifying the issues and then testing pass and fail, and kind of optimizing the complete cycle time based on the process, which was reduced to 45 seconds for this particular case study, which was a small case study which we have done. Overall, the conclusion was that was the best approach for efficient manufacturing. From our review of all the factors that businesses need to consider, the best answer, therefore, is it depends. We still don't know if lean is the best solution or Industry 4.0 is the best solution, but what we realized is that maybe for the general bottleneck approach to identify where your major problem is, lean can really help. But when it comes to a particular issue, then there are many tools and techniques from Industry 4.0 which can really solve the problem and make your processes more efficient. So the size of the organization, the business case, financial, the ease of the access to the capital, and the internal politics of the organization change are the factor to be considered by the SMEs. Those are some of the things which are ignored in the past. The core tenet of lean is continuous improvement, which is founded in the belief that there is always potential for more improvement. Industry 4.0 technologies have the potential to enable manufacturing firms achieve a significant leap in the improvements. So SMEs may face capital limitation and business decision that constrain full adoption. Hence, the best approach for efficient manufacturing is relative to each firm and must be analyzed as such. And that's why there is no standard gold standard on a particular lean or Industry 4.0 implementation in SMEs, because every SME is different, their processes are different, their needs are different, their resources are different, and even their demographics are different. So that's all the conclusion is for now. And thank you very much for listening to me. And if you have any question, I'll be more than happy to answer.